Yo, this is DJ Nick, and this is like our 7th try at the song. Okay.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over a many quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as someone gently rapping at my chamber door. 'Tis some visitor, I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more. All distinctly I remember, it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here, forevermore. And the silken sad uncertain rustling of each purple curtain filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, 'tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more. Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. Sir, said I, or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, so gently you came rapping, so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortals ever dared to dream before. But the silence wasn't broken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word Lenore. This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word Lenore, merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard a tapping somewhat louder than before. Surely, said I, surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more. Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped the stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance weighed he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord and lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more.
Then this ebony bird beguiling my said fancy into smiling by the grave and certain decorum of the countenance it wore. Through the curtsy shorn and shaven, thou I said art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Much I marveled this unfeignedly found to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy it bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed in seeing bird above this chamber door, bird and beast upon the sculptured bust above this chamber door, with his name is nevermore. Nevermore. But the raven sitting lonely on the placid bust spoke only, that the only one of word did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless said I, watered at it, others only shucked his sword, caught from some unhappy master, from unmerciful disaster, followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dinges of his hopes that melancholy burden bore, of nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and busted door. Then a velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking, fancy unto fancy thinking, what his ominous bird of yore, what the grim, unangly, ghastly, gone ominous bird of yore, met in croaking, nevermore. This I said, engaging, guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowls who fiery as I birded to my bosom score. This and more I sight dividing, while my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet lining with the lamplight gloating o'er shall be press, nevermore.
Then methought the air grew denser, perfume from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Red cried, I got hath flinty, by these angels hath sent thee, wrist by wrist bind then a penthy, from the memories of Lenore. Quaff this kind of penthy, and forget this last Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet said, I think of evil. Prophet still a bird or devil. Whether 10% or another tempest has a tossy shore. Doesn't let this all undaunted on this desert land enchanted, on this horn by horror haunted. Tell me truly I implore. Is there balm in Gilead? Tell me I implore. And prophet said, I think of evil. Prophet still a bird or devil. By the heaven that bends upon Prophet said, I think of evil, whether if you're bird or devil. By that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore. Tell the soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aden it shall clap a sainted maiden, whom the neighbors name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden, who the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, never, 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 nevermore.
Nevermore. Nevermore. Nevermore. Nevermore.
Be that word we sign and pardon, bird or fiend, I shrieked up sardine. Get thee back to that tempest and that Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie that soul has spoken. Leave that loneliness unbroken, quit the bust above my door. Take that break out from my heart and take that form off on my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Nevermore.
Never, nevermore.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And the raven never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of palace, sitting above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the semen of a demon that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my shadow from that shadow glides and floating on the floor shall be lifted. Nevermore!
Nevermore. Nevermore.
Yeah! HardcoreCraka, motherfucker.